Happy Saturday. It's definitely been a week. And guys, my apologies for the lighting. If it's bad, please let me know. But I really wanted to hop on and talk about exhaustion, okay? Because not all exhaustion is the same. And if you don't know the type you're dealing with, well, how do you even know how to train? And if you've ever felt stressed out because you were too tired and you forced a workout or even skipped a workout and regretted it, this video will help you understand why. Type 1, muscle fatigue or physical exhaustion. So one may experience a reduced range of motion with certain exercises such as squats or deadlifts, right? Not being able to hinge at the hips or even in other areas of the body as normal. Muscle soreness or tenderness is another prime example, as well as local muscle fatigue. Not sure if you've ever heard of that, which specifically refers to a specific muscle group. So I want you to think like if you went on a hike with a partner and this hike lasted maybe longer than you intended it to, right? Maybe you guys got sidetracked, seen something, went a few extra steps somewhere else, but that is a prime example of muscle fatigue, muscle soreness. Again, this occurs when the muscles are overworked, which leads to a decrease in your strength as well as your performance. It is often a result of lactic acid buildup in the muscles when you have experienced strenuous exercise. Rest and recovery are essential for helping to reduce and alleviate local muscle fatigue or physical exhaustion. Not only does it promote healing, but it helps your body to get back to its normal state. So, how should you train if this is the type of fatigue or exhaustion you're dealing with? Let's start with keeping your intensity moderate, right? We don't want to do plyo jumps. We don't want to overexert our body. We want to focus, excuse me, guys. We want to focus on mobility and our flexibility, right? So we can get that range of motion back and feeling like ourselves. We can also switch muscle groups. So this is not an opportunity to necessarily skip a workout, but if you are dealing with local muscle fatigue in your quads, well, why not work upper body? You can also lower the volume, okay? Don't go into the weight room and do max lifts. This is a time where light weights are highly effective. Type 2, nervous system fatigue. Now, I'll be honest and say I have definitely experienced this. A common symptom is being wired but tired. Have you ever seen someone performing, going through the motions, but not fully present? The next symptom is it can be a little bit touchy because during this time, our attitude, we are stressed out, right? So it can involve prolonged stress and feeling snappy, having a short fuse. I'm laughing, guys, because I've definitely been there where it's just like, let me get done what I need to get done, right? Like, don't talk to me, don't see me, don't bother me, don't notice me. Let me do this. But at the same time, in your performance, obviously, it's not where it needs to be because you're in a mode mode of overfunctioning. Um, Others may experience brain fog, right? Where you are just forgetting, you don't remember, or there's a lack of clarity. A lot of times during this type of stress, our body is experience high stress loads, um, reduced sleep, or not getting enough quality sleep, right? Quality and elevated cortisol levels. What you should do during this period, how I would train, is doing short, small intervals, about 10 to 15 minutes, keeping my intensity low. Okay. Also incorporating some breath work, doing some grounding before I get started, not skipping stretching or mobility routines before and after the workout. And most importantly, allowing your body to rest, prioritizing strength over max effort. And our last type we're going to dive into today is cognitive or emotional fatigue. So this typically looks like decision fatigue, overstimulated, caretakers or caregivers typically fall into this category, or mental overloads. So what's happening to the body in this type of environment, right? With this type of fatigue? Well, one may experience low dopamine. You're not excited, that the thrill is gone. Reduced executive function, mental bandwidth depletion. And just to add, both cognitive and emotional fatigue can result from prolonged stress, lack of sleep, as well as excessive overloads. How to train? Pre-plan a simple routine. Why am I saying pre-plan? Well, the last thing you want to do when you are dealing with cognitive and emotional fatigue is plan something, right? We want to get away from having to do more work, especially when we're mentally overstimulated. We want to get away from putting more on our plate. So having a pre-planned, simple routine, something you can do without overthinking. No complex programming. Keep it simple. So this can be repeated familiar movements for you, right? You want to make sure you're taking regular rest breaks. I understand because I have also experienced that this type of fatigue is sometimes you're on go mode. You're really going through the motions, and who else to do it but you, right? And you really have to be intentional with slowing down and incorporating those small breaks. This is not a time to do something new, something you've seen on the internet and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I want to try this move." That's a lot of overthinking. We don't want to overthink form. We don't want to complicate our workouts at all. The best route, keep it simple. And it's best to seek support from family, friends, and your community online or offline, right? Or even professionals who can help alleviate a lot of that workload or stress. So before you skip a workout or even force one, I want you to ask yourself, what type of fatigue am I dealing with? When you train according to your type of fatigue, well, consistency becomes easier.